Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Troy, and today's day is Tuesday, March the 3rd. Now, today is, I will admit, in terms of today's video, I got a lot of stuff to cover, and it's going to be a little bit controversial and a little tiny bit serious. So don't expect a lot of the crazy, silly, goofy memes and some of the silly answers that you normally see from one of my videos. But anywho, but before we get into that, there's a little thing I like to do every Wednesday throughout the month of March, because as we all know, there are a crap ton of events going on this month. But what I noticed is that the majority, practically all of the more important events going on in the month of March are weekend based. So they start Fridays and ends on Mondays for the most part. And seeing how by the time this video drops, it would be on Wednesday, which is the middle of the week, I decided that every Wednesday I'm going to help you guys out in terms of, pointing out what's coming up this coming weekend and how you should plan for these events, depending on what it is. So let's get straight into it. So as you can see over there, we got Darkrai Special Raid Weekend. So basically, Darkrai will be out as a Tier 5 raid boss, possibly one of them, along with Thundurus, how you pronounce that joint. It will be here this Friday, March the 6th, from 8 a.m. to Monday, March the 9th, 10 p.m. This is all your local time zone. Now here's the most important part. Shiny Darkrai. Yeah, Shiny Darkrai will be in the game. That is sick. So yeah, get your raid crews ready, and I recommend you pay attention to Leap Duck and couple of gaming writer probably that Thursday, because they will announce the best counters to use against it. And also you can go to other websites like Pokemon Go Hub and Game Press and stuff like that. So yeah, make sure you get all your planning done on Thursday in terms of counters and things of that nature. Also going on starting Friday, we have a Team Go Rocket Global Takeover event. So that will start the same time Darkrai drops, 8 a.m. That will start Friday, March 20th. That will start Friday, March the 6th, 8 a.m. to Monday, March the 9th at 10 p.m. So basically, by the time Darkrai go away, this event will go away as well. So what to expect? Basically, any Pokemon associated with Team Go Rocket will be appearing like crazy. Absol will be appearing in the wild as well. And you could get a shiny Skorupi. So the major things to take away from this is maybe a shiny Absol appearing in the wild. That is the case, because that was the case at Go Fest in Chicago. I seen it firsthand. If you missed that video, go watch that. Also, shiny Skorupi will be out and about. That's the brand new shiny. And now that I think about it, every single Pokemon associated with Team Go Rocket that I can think of, like, Ekans, Koffing, Meow, maybe Rattata, Zubat maybe, all their shiny forms are in the game. So unless there's another Pokemon that is associated with Team Go Rocket that I cannot think of that don't have a shiny form in the game, basically every single Pokemon that will be appearing like crazy, their shiny forms are in the game. Another chance for you to go shiny hunting. Now, Saturday, March the 7th, my mom's birthday, is a big time event starting from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. your local time zone, as Team Go Rocket will be taking over all these Pokestops, and you get to battle the leaders and Giovanni himself. That means I get to see more of Wifey. Yay, yay. But anywho, yes, and also, you know how they keep changing the lineup, so you missed out on some of those past shiny shadow Pokemon? They're back. They're going to be back for this event. So yeah, do not miss that. And also you can change the what did I just say? The frustration move with HRSTM if you want to. I mean at the end you may purify it, who knows, I don't know. But with the whole shadow Pokemon getting that boost, do you want to? Who knows? So it's all up to you. So what I recommend you do is this. Remember, every month now we got the whole Team Go Rocket Special Research Task. I would not use this opportunity to complete that task this Saturday. I would not. Here's why. The objective here is to get as many as those Giovanni battles done with as soon as possible. Because remember, you got to get gold on that Giovanni. If you care about that stuff like that, you got to get gold on that Giovanni badge. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So I said this once before. I'm going to say it again. So in order for you to get gold with the whole Giovanni joint, so right now I've done 4. We only have 4. So this started back in what? November. So it was November, December, January, February. In order for you to get gold, you have to defeat Giovanni 20 times. So we're talking about the rest of this year, which is like, and it's like what? 10 more, 10 more of these. And then half of next year to complete this. That won't be the case this time because of this upcoming event. Now they're lowering the amount of times you have to defeat Giovanni. So, who knows how many times you'll be able to face Giovanni this coming Saturday. So, I would not complete the special research task or get to the Giovanni part. I would save it for later on in the month, like the next day. That way, it adds up. So, let's say you battle 5 Giovanni's joints. And you did complete the task. You completed the whole Team Go Rocket joint that Saturday. And you defeated Giovanni 5 times. One of those 5 times will count towards your special research task. As opposed to if you were to follow my advice and don't try to complete it Saturday and you still battle Giovanni 5 times, well, guess what? You now have another attempt at Giovanni. So that means you can defeat Giovanni 6 times in the month of March as opposed to 5. So that's why I say, do not complete your Team Go Rocket task this Saturday during that time frame. I would save it for another day, but make sure you get it done within this month so you won't miss out on the reward. Now, with that out the way, let's get to the meat of this video. So, the meat of this video is this. I was live streaming this past Sunday for the Gengar Nidorino, basically I call it the loading screen raid event. That's what I'm gonna call it. The loading screen raid event. And somebody mentioned spoofing, which brings me to bring up what I saw over that past weekend, and that is a petition on Twitter has been going out trying to convince people to sign it, to convince Niantic to legalize spoofing. And it led to a somewhat of a heavy debate within my live stream amongst, some of the usuals that show up in my live streams and comment on my videos, things of that nature, in terms of why spoofing should be legalized, why it's not cheating, why it is cheating, why it shouldn't be legalized, and things of that nature. So, and I also saw what Count Gensula said on his video. I think he released his video yesterday in regards to this matter. So, now it's my turn. So, I'm going to cover 3 points in regards to this. Do I agree with the petition? If the petition does indeed go through, how should it be handled? And my thoughts about people trying to find a shining light, a good vibe with spoofing. So let's get on with the first topic, even though this is backwards, but I want to do this like this anyway. So, do I think Niantic should accept this petition? No, I don't. Now, I'm not going to get into the reasons why, because I did a video about, my thoughts on spoofing, and for the most part, it haven't changed since then. And wow, that video came out in what, like 2017? Wow, nowadays that's a long time. But in the long run, I really can't support the petition. Just the petition. And I want to give you guys a disclaimer before I go on with this. Listen to every single word I say. Do not assume anything. Do not assume anything. Do not try to put words in my mouth. So, when I say that I do not support the petition, that does not mean I don't support the people who made the petition, or I have beef with the people that made the petition. That is not the case. I only, in this case, talking about the petition. Now, let's move on. Let's say Niantic does indeed support the petition and say, you know what? We're going to let this through. We're going to accept this. They should moderate this. First of all, it won't be even called spoofing anymore. Instead, let's give it a name, since Niantic like to watch my videos and use my ideas without telling me, but that's beside the point. Let's say we're going to call it stationary movement or stationary controller. So basically what that means is this. You sit in one spot, and Niantic gives you a controller for you to move your character around freely. Now, what I mean by move, I mean if I'm here and you use the controller, your character will start here. And then you move it this way, you go this way. You move it that way, you go this way. If you want to spend, goodness knows how long you want to take to get to Japan, You move it over to Japan. But here's the thing. You cannot teleport anywhere in the world. You cannot move at the speed of sound. It would more than likely be at normal human speed, normal human walking speed. That's 2. 3, you cannot take part in raids. You cannot take part in gym battles. You cannot place a Pokemon in a gym. And you cannot do any trades. Because again, now you probably say, why all these restrictions? Because the name of the game is Pokemon Go. You still have to get out and go. Because here's the thing about Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go is the most realistic Pokemon game ever. Obviously, you got the main series games, you got the Dungeon Quest, and the Detective Pikachu's, all that stuff. But Pokemon Go, without question, is the most realistic game out there. So, in order for you to try to be realistic, basically in comparison to like the manga and the anime and the movies, where Ash and company and Trainer Red and company are literally walking around looking for Pokemon, meeting new people, battling people, capturing Pokemon while walking around, things of that nature. It has to be realistic in comparison to that. So if you're sitting at home spoofing, that's not a realistic experience. You're better off playing the main series games like Sword and or Shield and things of that nature. So with these restrictions, it's basically giving you an incentive to, yeah, you shouldn't be doing the whole controller thing. You should actually be trying to go out and play as Niantic intended the game to be played, since, I mean, it is their game. Keep that in mind as well. It is their game. And one more thing. It should cost money to use the controller. So maybe like $5 for 3 hours, $5 for 5 hours, so like what, $1 per hour or something like that. Because again, you're going against how the game is intended to be played. You know they're going to be trying to make money off of that. And I have no problem if they do that. And there you go with that. So if they were to legalize spoofing, that's how I think they should do it. That's how I think they should moderate it. And it won't even be called spoofing. It'll be called something else, but it won't be called spoofing. Now, let's get on to the real meat of this video. Because again, I've seen some people trying to basically paint spoofing in a bright light. I've seen some people say, well, it's because there's a lot of people who are disabled. There's a lot of people who are handicapped. What else to say? They can't travel all around the world. They don't have the money or the time, whatever the case may be. And it will prevent bullying and stuff like that. I've seen these comments like that. So let's talk about the whole disabled handicap thing. Now, here's the thing about that. I know one person who told me this. I'm not gonna say who it is, but I know one person who told me this. Like they literally help kids who are disabled, who are handicapped, or stuck in bed, whatever the case may be. Because they want to play the game, but they can't do it, so they have to resort to spoofing. And she helped them out by, taking part in raids and stuff like that. Now, I'm gonna put this person who helped kids do this over here. Now, in terms of everybody else who wants to say, oh, it helped out people who are disabled, it helped out people who are handicapped, I'm gonna put you guys over here. And I'm gonna address you guys over here. Not the legit people over here who really cares about the handicapped and the disabled. You guys are cool over here. Over here, I'm gonna address you guys. Y'all using that as an excuse. Y'all using that as an excuse. Cause let me ask you guys a serious question. Again, over here, not over here, the legit ones. Over here, are you really disabled? Are you really handicapped? Do you legit know somebody who is disabled and or handicapped? Doesn't matter what their age is. If you do, you over here, and I'm not talking to you. If you don't, you over here. I'm talking to you, and you need to stop. You need to stop, because that's an excuse for you to continue spoofing or whatever the case may be, or trying to paint spoofing into a bright light. All right, so now with that part out the way, another thing, and this one was new to me. This one was new to me as well, because this was brought to my attention in my live stream, the whole bullying thing. So when I first saw that, I was like, people bully people for playing Pokemon Go? I mean, it's a possibility. It's just not likely. I haven't heard anything about that. But they clarified and said, no, people bully other people for being disabled and handicapped, which is true. If you're on Triller, you should have seen the latest story of stuff like that. My response to that is this. Okay, if you go somewhere and you're getting bullied for being disabled, go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. And another thing I want to point out, like, unless you are an adult, I mean, and even in that cases, I can't picture this, but I could be wrong on this part, but I can't picture this. Who lets a disabled or a handicapped person go outside on their own? Certainly not a kid. No, certainly not a kid. But, you know, like, but anybody, like, who, like, they gotta be rolling with somebody. So if they rolling with somebody, and a bunch, you know, and somebody else comes up to me like, oh, you handicapped, yeah. I mean, the person they rolling with can stand up for it like, yo, back off, or we gonna be fighting. You know, so they gotta be rolling with somebody. But by the chance they are rolling solo, and they dealt with a bully scenario. I mean, depending on where I mean, really, if they go back the next day, there's a good chance that those same bullies won't be there. And again, you can just go somewhere else. You just go somewhere else, because not everybody on this planet are bullies. Not everybody on this planet are bullies. So yeah, just go somewhere else. Really, just go somewhere else. You know, meet a new crew. And because again, there are some nice people out there who will accept you for who you are. Doesn't matter what the scenario is with you, they will accept you for who you are. Now, the next one, you don't have money for travel. That's a lot of people. A lot of people don't have money for travel. So before this past, before August 2 years ago, August 2018, you know, I wasn't traveling outside the country. I barely traveled away from the Detroit, Chicago area. That was it. And you know, there's some people who may not be able to travel at all. So, like, here's my thing. If you trying to travel, if your main purpose for traveling to another state, another country, another continent is just so you can get a regional, your priorities are off. Like, your priorities are off. So, in my case, when I went to the Bahamas with my family, it was a family trip. So I'm like, yo, the Bahamas, I'm definitely going. I always wanted to go to the Bahamas, and Pokemon Go is a bonus. So I went down there, got some Corsolas. That's the bonus. So then it passed August, when I went to Japan. Now, Pokemon Go was like the final kick that I needed to go to Japan, but I always wanted to go to Japan. Always wanted to go to Japan. There was a number of things that stopped me in the past. One, I didn't have the money. Two, I didn't know anybody who wanted to go with me outside from my ex and her friends, but they were always broke. And three, time. I never really had the time to go because I was working in retail and stuff like that. So prior to Pokemon Go even being released, I always wanted to go to Japan, but I couldn't do it because of all those reasons I named. But since Pokemon Go came out, and I met up with other people who played the game and like to travel, that was the final kick I needed to literally send me over to Japan. And I was able to get some regionals while I was over there. You know, same thing with Montreal because of the game. Like, granted, I never really decided to go to Montreal, but, you know, because of the event, I managed to go to Montreal and pick up some more regionals. So, while Pokemon Go should not be the main reason why you should travel, outside from the events, that is, but it could be like that last straw that makes you go, you know what, I'm about to go travel. But like I said, Pokemon Go or that one Pokemon, whatever the case may be, is the reason why you want to go to Europe or India, your priorities are off. Your priorities are off. And they introduced something in the game, even though they were late, but they did introduce something in the game called trading. I mean, there's other people who are capable of traveling and play Pokemon Go, and they'll be on your Discord or your Facebook, or you can join one and say, yo, I'm about to go overseas and get this. Do y'all want one? And you said, heck yeah. I mean, trading in the game. And not to mention, some of these regionals, they won't remain regional for long. For example, Tauros, Mr. Mime, Kangaskhan, Farfetch. At one point in time, these 4 regionals were all over the world. Hatchable through eggs in that all-for egg event. But guess what? We still had the regionals come to us. So again, if you go to a Safari Zone event or Go Fest, those regionals will come to us. So this whole, oh, I need the spoof so I can try to get the regionals, that's another excuse. Okay, now this one right here, this one got me a little bit. Like, it got me rolling a little bit. I will admit to you guys. Spoofing, and it actually said that in the petition. Spoofing helps legit players. And I'm like, now in the live stream, I said I was like 33 or 35% true. But after really thinking about it, it's more like 25% true. Now hear me out. Let me explain to you why it's partially true to begin with. And I experienced this. I'm at a raid, tier 5 raid. The raid boss is hard as heck. There's only 3 of us here. Oh goody, we don't have enough. We need more people. All of a sudden, a spoofer shows up. Oh snap, we got enough to take this thing down. And we beat it. Like, that legit happened. But the chances of that happening, 25%. Where it would be helpful, that is, 25%. Now, let's say you were somewhere like New York or LA, where spoofers are 1 in a month over there, and you have a raid squad full of like, oh, I don't know, 20 accounts. Not you by yourself, but you know, there's like 20 of you guys, and you all have an account each, so that's 20 accounts there. So you all try to join this one gym, 2 spoofers join the gym. That means 2 people are being left out. So now, everybody has to back out, we have to reorganize, and we have to create a private group so everybody who is present can get in the raid. That's more time being wasted, especially when people are trying to do raw food raids or any form of speed raiding. They don't have time to do that nonsense because they're afraid that a spoofer will mess up their timing and stuff like that. So that is a case where spoofing is doing more harm than good. Oh, and I got another example. Watch my watch my Christmas Eve live stream. I went to this nest, I put a Pokemon in the gym. 10 minutes later, there's a spoofing war for that gym, and my Pokemon get kicked out after being in that gym for 10 minutes. How does that benefit me again? Oh, that's right, it don't. So this whole, is beneficial to legit players? No, it's not. No, it's not. Now, I do want to say this though. There's 2 things I want to say that I'm going to call it a wrap for this video. The first thing I want to say is this. Now, here's why, I like my idea about the stationary controller thing, because I will admit there will be times where, in matter of fact, this past Monday, the Pokemon Day event ended at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, guess what? I don't get off work until 4 p.m. And in that case, I didn't get off work until freaking 6 o'clock or 6:30. So that means if I want to do a last minute grind, I couldn't do it. Why? Because I was stuck at work. But if I had a station controller, I can be at work, use the controller. My starting point would be me at work, and I can walk to the nearest gym. So yeah, it would be beneficial to have something like that. Or let's say the weather is bad. Big old snowstorm. The degrees are like -20. Now, granted, I have been out in like -degree weather. I even did a video in that. But I don't want to do that all the time. And not everybody are willing to do that. So in that case, yeah, the whole stationary controller would come to play. Oh, it's cold? Let me whip out the stationary controller. Start from my house. Make my character walk to the nearest park, and I can grind there for, a minute, couple of hours, whatever. That's fine. But this whole teleporting from here to Japan or China or wherever the case may be to get these regionals so you can brag about it like, yo, I got the completed Pokedex. No. So again, I can understand why people would want to spoof. And again, I'm going to address this side here. Those who really care about the handicap and the disabled, and those of you who are handicapped or disabled, yeah, you have a legit point. You have a legit point because you can't go out and play and you want that experience. So that's where the whole stationary controller would come to play. Now, another thing I wanted to say is this. Now, here's the thing. Just because somebody spoofs, that does not mean you grab your pitchforks, you grab your butcher knives, you grab your guns or whatever the case may be, and you go blazing at the spoofers. No, because in most cases, I will admit, in most cases, just because they say they spoof, they haven't done anything to you personally yet. So let me give you a comparison. So a spoofer walks into Golf Fest and says, hey, everybody, I'm a spoofer. And people start beating them up just because of that. That's the equivalent of me walking into a corporate party and I said, hey everybody, I'm black, and all the white people call the cops on me. That's the exact same thing. So no, pump the brakes. So yeah, pump the brakes, man, because again, even though they say they are a spoofer, they haven't done anything yet. They haven't done anything to you yet. So don't treat them as animals or crap or whatever because they haven't done anything to you yet. This is another thing that spoofers fail to realize. Legit players are the ones that are actually going out, whether the weathers are bad or not, they using up their gas money, and they are legitimately walking around to these places, playing the game, putting stuff in gyms, battling the gyms down, putting in the work, whereas a spoofer just kicking it back at the crib, not wasting gas money, not worrying about the weather, not worry about somebody calling the cops on you because you just standing there playing the game, whatever the case may be. They're just chilling, playing the game. Like, oh, he tried to take over this gym? Nope. Or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, man, you know, spoofers, legit players, we all people. So treat everybody with respect and don't just lash up at them just because they announced to the world that they are spoofers. So me personally, I have no issues with spoofers. I don't like the act of spoofing, but I have no issues with spoofers. So that's my take on the whole petition, things of that nature. And I'm about to call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know who this is. This is boy New J Gatsby, aka New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.
Subscribe. Thanks, man. Do it.
After you subscribe to the channel, make sure you click the bell icon so you never miss a new video or a live stream ever again. Thanks, guys.
Lewis the trainer, articulating pain. With my tongue, I done things that people said I can't. Now they rank 'em with the elite, but it's for the people, and victory is part of defeat. Cause when you get back on your feet, then you try again. Learn from mistakes, show 'em that I got what it takes, and I'm dying to win. I'ma hit and move away.